Yo, so what I really want to talk about is like how we all take our parents for granted. And you know, I know we care for them and all that, and we're mindful and everything about who they are and that they're there. We love them and all. But we don't show them the love that we used to show them. The love we used to show them when we were a little kid. All the time we spent with them, we were just all closer. And I know you guys, you were close to your parents when you were younger, and if you weren't, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if it wasn't that for you. But most of the time our parents were around, and again, I'm sorry if they weren't there for you. But we need to take more pride in our parents. We need to be there for them more. And even if they weren't there for you, you got to make that change because the cycle's going to keep continuing if you don't change anything, you know? You got to be the change that has to happen. And a lot of us, we just keep going day by day, not making no changes. Gonna end up in the same cycle that our parents ended up in. A lot of our parents, they grow up and they're still just kids at heart. They're just grown up mature kids. And if you talk to them, you can really see that. Once you get closer with them, and I know a lot of parents out there, they don't want to get close to the kids. They don't want to show emotions because they're like, "Oh, I don't want to seem weak to my kid. I don't want to seem vulnerable." But over time, their show just breaks if you get to know them more. And other parents may be harder than, others because how much they had to deal with, how much they had to cope. But sooner or later, something's gonna break, and you're gonna see the real them. You may have seen the real one of your parents sometimes. Like when their parents die, they cry, but you never really see your parents cry unless they're really emotional. And I've seen parents that are really emotional, and I bet y'all have too. Like sometimes some parents just need people to talk to, and they don't got that. Some parents they need therapy, they don't take it. From my experiences, I've seen some parents who are like that, and it really messes them up without therapy. And I'm not saying you gotta be your parents' therapist, but at least be there for your parents emotionally. It's a really good skill to have. And I know some of y'all y'all be thinking like, man, my parents, why do I need to do that for them? Why that? They were there for you when you were younger. Well, not all y'all, no. And it's harder for the ones that didn't have it when they were younger because they don't understand how to do it. And some have to work harder than others, and I feel sorry for those people. And I hope you're not one of them that I'm talking to. But just make more effort. You really gotta make more effort. They made so much effort for you when you were younger. Even if it didn't seem like it, they still tried their best. And if they were bad parents when you were younger, that probably means that their parents weren't the best as well. Because parents usually end up like their parents. So, I mean, you could blame your parents for how they were, but that's really just what they saw when they were a kid. That's how they grew up. So it is their fault, but it's also their family's fault. And I don't want you guys to end up the same way as your parents are because the goal is to be better than how your parents were. And I know you can. I know you can do it. I know you can do this, guys. We're strong people. We really are. And like, it's sometimes it's hard to be strong in situations. There's days where you don't want to do nothing, days where you can't even handle yourself. But we learned from those days, and I know you learned a lot from that. You just sit down and think to yourself and just talk to yourself for silence for 10, 15 minutes. And you're gonna realize so much about yourself if you do this. Starts once a week, then twice a week. Just at least do it once a week. Make some change. Because that change really does affect you as a person. And to you, those who are doing that, I'm so proud of you. It's a tough thing to deal with. Sometimes your emotions get the best of you. And then you just gotta learn ways to cope with those emotions. Because suppressed emotions lead to terrible outcomes. I can't lie. You can't hold on to those emotions forever. I know there was a point in your life where your emotions gotten the best of you and then boom, some problem occurred. And you think back on it and you're like, damn, I really do wish I didn't make it. I didn't make that choice off of an emotion. Like getting mad at somebody, stop talking to somebody, stabbing somebody in the back. You just do it because you're mad at them. Or you just think about yourself. And a lot of people in the world do think about themselves, but those people they're usually miserable people. They don't seem like it on the outside, but inside they're terrible. Their whole mindset's bad. Their their life just isn't good. I've met so many people like that, and I bet you guys have too. Some narcissistic people. They don't care about anybody else but themselves. And I was friends with one of those people. And seeing them come out of their shell, they had so much built up, like anger, sadness, all these emotions inside that they never really got to talk to with anybody. Because they grew up being the only person in their life that they could talk to. Their family never supported them in that. They didn't believe in any type of therapy. And it makes it really hard when your family's like that. But like I said, don't blame them for it because that's how they were raised on. They weren't raised with therapy. They weren't raised with emotions. They were just raised to deal with it. And I really do feel bad for all y'all has to be like that. And I wish I could help y'all. I really do. I want the best for all y'all. Because y'all are some great, high potential people that just. I know you guys have some good ideas, some great moves in your life that you want to do. You just don't know how to start it. And that's the hardest part is starting it. Once you get consistent with it, it's so it's so easy to stick with it once you stay consistent. And like the easiest way to do it, like I said, just do day by day, go day by day. No rush. And I don't know, you could try to rush it, but that's not the best thing to do. It really isn't. You're gonna get drained out quick. But I'm telling you, just try talking to your parents more day by day. Start 5 minutes, try to get a conversation going if you can't. Maybe it's not the day for them. Next day, try it. And, you know, one day it'll work. It may be hard, depending on how your parent is, but I'm telling you, dude, it'll be worth it. It really will be. You can learn so much about them that you didn't know about. And, dude, your parents, you're around them all the time. You should know more about them than you know about your friends. That's the crazy part. We know more about our friends than we do about our parents. And that's not just your fault. That's not just your fault. That's also the parents' fault for not sharing. But do the same thing you do with your friends with your parents, man. I'm telling you. It's something I never regretted, and I bet you won't either. It's cool to see how your parents used to live, to see the life that was given to them, and to see how they are, see why they are the way they are. Cause your parents have gone through more life than you, man. I'm telling you. Life back, oh, life back then just used to be so much different. Used to be so much different. The way it is now, it's not the same as it used to be. They had to adapt to so much coming up. A lot of our parents didn't have technology when they were younger like this. Adaptation is stressful. They've been through all this stress in their life. They had to deal with you when you were a kid. And you as a kid is you know you weren't the best. We all weren't. You were just a little dude trying to survive, little girl trying to get through. And I mean, you gotten this far, and I'm proud of y'all. Just make it further and make it better. But I hope y'all have a good rest of your day and night. It was nice to talk to y'all here. Peace out.